Hi everyone, it's me, Hopefully Skinny, and I'm back for my month 15 update. So I always start off with saying a lot has changed, and each time I do the video, I feel like there is significant change. Sometimes it's physical, sometimes it's a weight, sometimes it's a non-scale goal, but something has changed. And no, I haven't got a boyfriend. I know you guys have been just waiting for bated breath to figure out if I ever get that figured out. I don't think anybody ever does. We're all just kind of floundering around in the dark, right? But no, it's not that. At last, no. Um, New things have changed, but let's start with my numbers. My highest recorded weight was 557 pounds. My surgery date was 366, and my current weight is 223. So I'm pretty staying in the 220s consistently. Um, I'm totally okay with that. I'm sure I'll drop weight again at some point, but that's okay, right? Can't say I'm not disappointed with the scale not going anywhere, but up and then back down and then up and then back down, But I'm not gaining and significantly gaining. So there's that. And I'm more than a year out, right? So the next biggest thing is for the last few weeks, I've been going to the doctors and they've been running tests and there was talk of a colonoscopy and all this stuff. And the reason why they wanted to do those tests was because I was having some pretty severe stomach pain. And they did thought, they do think they know what it is now, but they did think that the possibility was either my gallbladder, like I might have had a gallstone, I might have to have my gallbladder removed, or ulcers. But because there is a history of colon cancer in my family, they did want to run blood work and do other things to make sure that I did not have that. Now, it wasn't a serious concern, but it was something that they wanted to rule out. So I don't have anything serious. It's just a couple of ulcers, and so I am on some medication to help with the pain. And so yeah. Um, Another big thing is I just sent off an email earlier today and informed my main job, e-moderation, that I was going to drop down to part time, about 15 to 20 hours a week. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I decided to get a job outside the house. And I applied for a job last week. It was for a lead position in a Christian school. So I'll be in charge of a section of teachers and students. And they really wanted someone to come in and rework the group, and they chose me. So I start on Monday. I just got the news last night, so I was pretty excited. What else? Yeah, so this gives me an opportunity to work outside the home and work with kids again. And you know what? Everyone has their talent. I can write a mean poem, some science fiction, but honestly, my real talent is with children. And so I am now healthy enough where I can go back and work with them. And I'm really, really excited. Um, so we'll see what this new adventure has in store for me. Um, hmm. I still will keep my National Geographic's job as well. And it's just that I was smart this time going into 3 jobs. I'm not going to try to keep all of them at 30 hours. That's not going to happen. So I did cut back on some of the hours of my other jobs so that I would be able to do fair amount of work for all of them and be good at it. Do well. Do well. Let's see. Dating. Whew. Okay, so dating is dating. I'm obviously not madly dating like I was like a few months ago. Um, I have slowed down. I've been slowing down for a while. I don't have a shortage of guys asking me out, but I am being a little bit more selective on who I say yes to. And I mean, I still haven't found the connection with anyone yet. And so that's kind of tragic. And maybe I'm looking for something that doesn't exist. Is that just moment of like, wow, I get this person, or this person really gets me, or there's something there. I haven't had that for a while, and so I'm hoping that eventually I can find it. But until then, I have 3 jobs, a new dog, and a household to run. So dating is there, but it's not taking the most important aspect of my life. With the 3 jobs, I am still committed to working out. I'll probably be working out on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. That's just because the classes I like are open after work. or before work on those days. So there might be a possibility of possibly doing um, maybe 2 classes on Friday or something along those lines. I don't know. So I'll just have to see how I feel and if I need to up my activity level. I'm hoping that being outside the house will really keep me motivated and keep me active because working 14 hours on my rear end 7 days a week is definitely not going to help me be successful in the long run with my journey. And I was finding that my work was consuming my life. It was every waking hour, every stressful moment. Like, I dreaded getting emails. Like, I just can't live that way anymore. And it's in my home. So when work gets stressful, it's not like, oh, I can leave work at home, at work, and then I get to come home. I work at home. So the stress was at home, it was always around me. And so hopefully I'll be able to regulate my stress a little bit working outside the home as well. And maybe not allow the other jobs to consume so much of my energy. Uh, so there's that. Let's see. I've been baking a lot. I can't eat my baked goods. I tried and I get really bad stomach ache. One from the ulcers and two from the sugar. I did with the ulcers. I did have to really cut back on my energy drinks to almost nothing. I don't take almost any caffeine. Once in a great while, I'll have a Rockstar, but that's very rare, and it's like one every 2 weeks. I started cutting back on it even before they said I had an ulcer because I kind of suspected that it was probably the caffeine and the stress. Um, so one thing I will have to point out is that just because you have weight loss surgery doesn't mean that everything gets perfect, or that you all of a sudden have these new coping mechanisms and you know all your stress that you thought was for your weight is gone. And I'll tell you right now, your stress is one of the reasons for your weight, because you use food to numb yourself or to deal with stress or to feel better. And without that food to help with that, when things start getting stressful, um, it kind of works. It comes out in other ways. Like for me, I got ulcers. I got sick. Like my flu that I got a few weeks ago was so bad, and I'm sure it was a bad flu, but I think also it had to do with just the amount of stress I was under. Um, so you have to learn how to deal with stress. You have to find another healthy coping mechanism to deal with the added stress. That has been something that I'm struggling to learn. And it's one of the things I feel when I went and tried that job in San Francisco that now in retrospect, I'm looking at that, is that I would never have been successful in that position. And I would not have been successful in that position because I'm learning how to deal with stress. I did not know how to deal with stress then. And I'm definitely don't have it down with dealing with it now. Like workout is a great way for me to deal with stress, but my time is limited with that. So I need to find another healthy way that doesn't involve food for stress. So I've been trying to walk my dog. I've been trying to make sure that I take a few moments out of my day and do something that is healthy for me, whether it's simply reading a book. I hadn't watched TV in, God, and honestly, probably a year. Like, other than like watching like American Horror Story or Walking Dead last year, I didn't watch TV. I to the point where I haven't caught up on the Walking Dead, and I just started watching American Horror Story, and they're both 3 episodes in. And so I was like, you know what? I need to find something to help relieve stress. And if at night, watching an hour of TV helps me de-stress, then I need to try that. Reading a book, something. Um, so I'm learning to deal with stress. And it's definitely a scary thing to deal with, like really scary. The other thing I wanted to talk about, I talked briefly to my best friend with some epiphanies and realizations. And when my mom passed, she was like a huge support for me emotionally, financially, like spiritually, physically, everything. She was my number one support person. And I never had to fear about anything in life. And I mean, I had worries, don't get me wrong, because I'm a worrywart, but I didn't realize how much of that she alleviated. And when she passed, there's this moment of subconscious thought where I was like, I gotta find somebody. I can't be by myself. Like, and I don't even mean like financially or anything like that. I meant like emotionally. Like, I wanted somebody to be there. And I just recently realized that that is a huge burden. That is not fair for me to have expected anyone to shoulder. And while dating, I did make sure that none of them shouldered it, and I did keep myself emotionally distant. I still wanted them there, even though I didn't allow them to be there, and that caused a huge rift with me within myself. And that manic trying to find someone or figure out something was definitely unhealthy, and that I needed to stop out and evaluate and realize that, you know, I can do everything on my own. I can, you know, um, take care of myself emotionally. I can take care of myself financially. I can take care of myself spiritually and physically. And that, I don't need somebody to do those things for me. And while that's very empowering, it's also kind of isolating. So learning to still allow people in to help, but realizing you don't need their help, that you want their help, is something that's really hard for me to adjust to. There are a few people in my life that are very, very supportive. My best friend Lisa is my rock. She's my sister. She is, for lack of a better word, she's my soulmate. She's the person that gets me the most. She's the person that, will cry with me, that will hold my hand even when I do stupid decisions. And, my brother is amazing, and he loves me and adores me as much as I love and adore him. And my stepdad, my father, is an amazing person. So I still have that support system. It was just readjusting to it when a very key person, very focal point of person in your life is no longer there. Um, and then having to go through life on your own, without that person. It's a huge, huge adjustment. Um, and so that kind of explains some of my frantic datingness, and my realization of that has kind of helped me realize maybe I don't need to date so frantically. That's not saying that I don't want to find a happy, healthy, long-term relationship, because I do. But that also means that it's not something that I need to have a happy, healthy, successful, fulfilling life. And I think that is one thing that's very interesting. I think more and more women are finding that their role in the world isn't so much down to you know, getting married and having children and having a partner and, all those things that we're defining ourselves by other accomplishments and other things that we can do. And one famous actress, I'm trying to remember who it was, had said that there are many different ways to be nurturing. There are many different ways to be a mother. And I took that to heart because I am not a mother. I do not have children of my own. But I do have some people that I mother and I caretake, and I'm that person. I'm that role model. I'm that person that they look for support, and I can nurture and love and guide, and I'm happy with that. Um, and that kind of brought me back to teaching, where it's like I don't have to be a mother to be a good, nurturing, loving, caring person, you know. Um, so yeah. So some realizations have happened this week. Some of them important, some of them small, some of them don't matter to anybody but me. But this is about one particular girl's journey in weight loss and her life after. Um, so I also have a friend, Katie, who had the surgery about 3 months ago, and she's looking amazing, and she's looking happy and healthy, and it is fantastic to see how her life is changing as well, and I am so excited for her. My other two friends who've had the surgery, um, it's amazing to see how far they've come and see in what ways their life has changed and the happiness that they have as well. So I'm very blessed that I am surrounded by people who have had the surgery. I'm surrounded by people who are considering the surgery and who are supportive of all the decisions that I've made. And I'm very, very grateful for that. So I'm going to sign off, and I'm going to say goodbye. And I hope the other side of surgery is as bright for you as it for me. And remember, no matter how you go about losing weight and getting healthy, that you need to make sure you check in with your healthcare professional and that you're not doing anything to damage yourself. And remember, weight loss is not about size or number, it's about getting healthy. So until next time, everyone, bye.